Hey everybody, welcome to week 1 of the After Hours League, Qualcomm Blue versus Factset. So today we're going to be watching a replay here of the week 1 matchup. I am Adam, the Eclectic Gamer Pitzer, and with me is Chris, Max Sparrow Johnson. How's it going, Max?
Great, how are you?
Doing good. I'm excited to see this. I had to not watch what the result was when I recorded it, so I'm excited to see what happens. So first off, the reason we're not going into the game just yet is we wanted to go over what the picks and bans were, since we didn't get a good, the spectator view doesn't show a good view of that. So Qualcomm Blue, playing on the blue side, conveniently enough, banned out Fiddlesticks, Cathodin, and Ziggs. So I guess they had a problem with Fiddlesticks, and then they wanted some of those hyper-powerful mid laners off the table. And Factset on the purple side banned out Pantheon, Gragas, and Janna. I haven't seen Janna bans much, so that was interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe they were trying to get away from some Yasuo synergy or something. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Although Pantheon Jungle has been very popular recently, so that was kind of interesting.
For sure.
Before I say anything more, I should tell you that I am actually on the Factset team, but I will try not to be that local commentator who only plays up the home team. You have to keep me honest on that, okay, Max?
I can do.
All right, cool. So we're not showing it quite yet, but Qualcomm first picked Annie, who's a very powerful support. I love Annie, and I can see why you might want to pull that away. And it really leaves your team comp open because she just does a lot of great AoE stuns and works with pretty much anybody. Factset then picked Vi and Thresh. I think they probably picked Thresh at that point because they knew support was already picked, and with the last pick they might want to have counter-picked mid or something else. Then Qualcomm went with Warwick and Nasus, who both, kind of in the current meta would be top laners usually. So one of those is probably going in the jungle. Any predictions now, Max? Have you seen it yet?
Yeah, if it was before the game, I would predict a Nasus jungle because people don't usually take Nasus top because he doesn't have good escape. But we'll see how it turns out. It's a little weird to have a Warwick pick in general. So
I haven't played much Warwick, so you'll have to tell me about that. So after those two, Team Factset picked Tristana and Renekton. So Renekton's a very standard top laner. Tristana's a great sort of late game hyper carry. And actually, interesting fact, these two teams played each other in the preseason week 1, and I believe Factset also picked Tristana in that match.
Interesting.
I think it's something they're very comfortable with. So then finally, Qualcomm picked Orianna and Caitlyn. Orianna, with all those mid lane bans that came through, Orianna's a pretty good choice. Both Gragas and Ziggs, who would be the long-range poke, sort of maybe a counter to Orianna, were banned out. So I think that's a very good mid-lane pick. And then finally, with their mid-lane to go, Factset picked Morgana. So I know you play a lot of Morgana as well, Max, right?
I've played her some, yeah. She's I actually played quite a bit of support Morgana last season. I'm assuming this is a mid-lane Morgana because we have Thresh, and support Morgana is pretty rare. But yeah.
How do you think that's going to go against the Orianna?
I feel like it'd probably be pretty even. I don't expect them to have too many fights. I guess they're probably more passive, like farming laners. They aren't really assassins, and they both want a late game team fight because they both have those great ultimates. Morgana, she wants to be in the middle of everyone with her Zonius, and Orianna wants to get off that shockwave. But so that's what I'm expecting to see from them.
Interesting. I totally separate, nothing to do with the game, but I do like that it's the two brothers in the top lane. If we do have that top lane Nasus fighting against each other,
are they brothers?
They're brothers in the story. Yeah, they're from another planet where they're gods, and they're.
Wow, I didn't know that actually.
I think Renekton's the evil one, and Nasus is the good one, trying to stop him. Fun story. Anyway, I think it's just about time to get into the game. What do you think, Max?
Sounds great. All
right, let's get started then. All right, so we're going to see how they're going here. They're still buying, and hopefully get a little action. So I'm a little interested in this bottom lane because I feel like I don't see Caitlyn Annie as often. I mean, that's going to be a really long-ranged. That's going to be a really long-range bot lane to deal with. Like I think Annie has the longest range of any support in the game. with her auto attacks, and so that's just going to be quite the long range pair to deal with. And I'm just going to rearrange my.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of harass for that bottom lane, and Tristana doesn't have a lot of kill potential. So even if Thrush gets a hook, I mean maybe Thrush or Tristana could get the kill, but yeah, I think odds are probably not. You know, it's.
Looks like we're seeing an invade here from Qualcomm. That's interesting. Renekton's getting caught out against all 5 members.
Stunned.
He looks like he escaped. He burned his flash though, so at least that's something. Looks like they're not all going back. They might try to steal this red here, but at least Factset will know about it. I was going to say that I was going to be interested to see these, after hours gaming leagues, sort of like your company might do a softball league, right? And after hours. So I'm interested to see how coordinated some of these teams are. It looks like we've got 3 men here ready to steal the red, and it looks like Factset has responded and is going over to steal red as well. So looks like this will just be a red trade.
Yeah, they do seem pretty coordinated. It looks like this was a pretty good plan by them.
It looks like they're just going back. They don't want to steal the red. They're just...
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't even drop a ward there.
It looks like Factset
dropped wards in both places, which was good by them, I think. Maybe they were afraid because they saw the purple ward come down and they were afraid to contest it with only 3 members.
Yeah, I suppose at that point they really didn't have vision of where the rest of Factset was, where the rest of the purple team was.
Right.
So maybe they decided not to risk it at that point. So we've got Vi starting purple and Warwick starting red. So it looks like they probably won't end up on the same side of the map. I will be interested to see where Vi goes. If she's going to wait till level 8 for her gank, or level 6 for her ganks when she has her ultimate, or if she's going to get involved a little earlier.
Yeah, we'll see. I think it depends if the opportunities come up. I think Orianna might be... Orianna and Nasus, like I said, they neither of them actually have escapes, so they might be kind of easy pickings. So we'll see if she can get any of them out.
That's an interesting point. Orianna's got the speed up on her W, right?
That's true. That's a little better than Nasus. All Nasus can do is wither 1 of 2 people and hope he can get away.
Oh, Annie looks like Annie got hooked in the bottom lane, but Tristana was a little too far back.
That's okay, though. That damage is good. It's a good trade for the purple side.
Yeah, that's kind of been an interesting conversation for support's bottom lane. Thresh went with the Doran Shield, giving him that early protection from those auto attacks and the regeneration, but Annie went right for the gold generation item. I know I've seen a lot of supports go with the Doran Shield to start and then pick up the gold generation item afterward. But it looks like Vi is going in for the gank immediately, and there she goes, first blood.
That was a great gank, yeah.
Yeah, Vi didn't even blow her flash on that with a flash vault breaker. So
no, she didn't have to. I think Morgana went in aggressive and it kind of baited Orianna in. Orianna used her attack and her dissonance to show her spells were on cooldown, so there wasn't much she could do when Vi showed up. And I don't think Orianna had used her trinket ward yet. I think she was feeling pretty safe. She mistimed when the jungler was going to come.
Oh, we got another hook landed bottom lane, and Caitlyn taking the damage this time. It looks like Annie didn't have a stun up yet.
Nope.
It looks like the bottom lane is going pretty well for Factset here. They haven't got any kills yet, but they've been pushing back. But Qualcomm has been keeping up in farm, though, so as long as they keep safe, I suppose it's not a big deal.
It's true. Yeah, and actually the Team Factset can feel free to push because they don't need to be very afraid of Warwick because he can't do much before 6. And they know it's going to be a little while before he can really be aggressive.
Yeah, in terms of lane pushers, Tristana is great for that.
Yeah, for sure.
They're going for the return gank mid. Took out the flash, so that can be considered a victory, I think.
Yeah, it's true. Morgana missed her Q. If she got her Q again, that might have been another kill.
Yeah. And top lane, it looks like we've got Renekton doing what Renekton does and pushing the lane.
Yep. So not likely to get a gank on that Nasus if Renekton's got the lane pushed up. So,
yep.
But probably going to be a pretty passive lane as Nasus tries to get his Q farm.
Yep. Let's play our favorite game. What is Nasus' Q farm at? Looks like he's at 39 now? 42. Alright, not bad. Oh, Thresh is landing some nice hooks here. Oh, I say before he misses one entirely. Now he's
some good damage down.
Yeah, that the E on the E, the Flay, it's sort of underestimated how much damage that can charge up in terms of like between auto attacks. He can really kind of lay some additional pressure on his
does
lane.
a lot of damage. Ooh, we have a lane here with the lantern. I think she messed that one up. Oh.
But still dealing some good damage. Yeah, it looked as though there was a little bit of miscommunication there, because there was a ward in there. I don't know if Factset knew about it, but when the lantern was there, Vi Vault Breakered and flashed anyway, and I think if she had taken the lantern, she might have been able to pull one of them out, but they still got a good amount of damage.
Maybe she thought that she had clicked the lantern and then hit flash, but
interesting.
If she had done that, then she definitely would have made the distance, but maybe it was just like a minor miss on that one.
So we got a pre-6 brawl going up top, but again, it's going to be an interesting fight when they both hit 6 and they both have those sort of steroids they can get.
They're probably not going to do much once they both hit 6. They just kind of stand there and hit each other, nothing's going to happen. Oh, there they are both 6.
Alright, it'll be interesting. Farm looks pretty even, with the exception of mid lane. Mid lane is up by almost 20?
Ooh.
Nope, nothing.
Yeah,
It was close to the bottom lane, but didn't quite make it.
Ori has been pushed out of lane twice now by those Vi ganks. It's really putting her behind.
Yeah, that's probably
And I think it might start to be, psychological. You got to be afraid of the Vi ganks. She doesn't have her ward down. She can't know if Vi's just around the corner or not.
Yeah, those trinket wards can be interesting, because if you're still playing in sort of a Season 3 mindset, then they don't last as long, and so you can think, oh, I put a ward down a minute ago, but it'll be gone. And
That's
so
true.
You can, unless you've got the experience with that in Season 4, it can really kind of mess with your head a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. I forget myself.
Oh, yeah, all the time. But looks like without those ganks in the mid, it's kind of just, going back and forth. Bottom lane is looking pretty even now, and looks like neither ADC has gone back to buy. Even when Annie bought, she just bought the stone. The first part of her sight stone. So no additional in lane power gain from that.
Yeah, the extra health can be useful though.
That's true.
Right. But yeah, nothing too impactful. You're right.
So it'll be interesting to see where we end up when these two ADCs go back and buy for the first time.
Yeah, let's see how much gold do they have. Caitlyn's on 1588 and Tristana's at 1800. I would expect Tristana. I think the standard is usually like a Blade of the Ruin King type build.
Tristana's going deep.
Oh, a preemptive jump there. We
got a roam from bottom or from mid and jungle. I would be surprised if there's anything but a 2 for nothing.
There we go.
And luckily, they were able to feed one of them to their ADC, and let's see if they can take Dragon off this, actually.
Yeah. It was a very good rotation by Factset.
Yeah. Looks like they are going for the Dragon. Show me that directed camera. There's not a lot of contesting going on here. Caitlyn was able to get her BF swords, and I imagine Tristana will be able to get that and then some. So looks like they're trading off some of the aggro there on the Dragon.
Are they coming in for it?
Yeah, we've got a roam and the jungler coming down, but I think it's just a little too late.
Yeah.
And it'll be 2 versus 4 anyway, even if they are low on health.
It'll be very risky. And this is the problem with the Warwick jungle is you can't, pre-6 he hasn't done anything yet. But, we'll see what he can pull out now.
Okay, so they still have a chance to come back. Factset is currently up almost 3,000 gold, which at this point in the game is pretty big. It's basically it's a pickaxe on Tristana.
Oh yeah, it looks like she's going more for an Infinity Edge first build than the Blade of the Ruin King.
Oh, that's interesting. And another little tipping point here. It looks like Vi has her jungle item now, and Warwick is not quite there yet. She did go for the Spirit of the Elephant Lizard, so she's going for damage rather than being very tanky. Oh, see what Warwick's plan is here?
Oh, I thought he would have tried to smite steal that. He might have been able to do it.
But being able to get that going in bot. Oh, and
Ooh.
they land the hook. Oh, and the box. I would be surprised if that doesn't do it. Is Thresh gonna steal it? No. He gave it to Tristana.
It's a bit intense.
Yeah. Oh, and do you think they can get Annie as well? Maybe Thresh can steal it. Oh, no! Oh,
was a
wow.
little miscommunication there.
Yeah, it really was. The lantern was there. I think Tristana could have grabbed it, but she ended up ended up dying. I don't know if I was going to be able to get it back. Stepped on the trap. So that easily could have been a 2 for 0 for Factset, but ended up being a 1 for 2, actually.
Yeah, it was a rough trade for them.
Yeah. Let's brought it a little closer here. We're still at 2.5k gold. And the Thresh, Oriana comes out. Ultimate comes out from Oriana, but I don't think she even hit anything.
No, she did hit, but Morgana still had her. She must have had her back shield on. Yeah, so it didn't stun her. It's a good play from Morgana.
Excellent. So now did Thresh start? I didn't see if Thresh started off with that sweep or he just traded in for it.
I'm not sure either. I didn't actually catch that myself.
But it looks like he actually did do what we were talking about at the beginning, where he went for the gold generation item after his first back. So he won't be generating as much as Annie's. Be interested to see what the gold counts look like. 2,500 on Thresh to 2,300. So Thresh is actually ahead, and it's probably just from all those assists.
Yeah, he's seen a lot of kills. Ooh, that damage.
The bot lane went deep again, and Caitlyn goes down.
Yep.
I guess no. It is interesting. Another sort of interesting advantage from going for that Infinity Edge is that Tristana just now has a whole pile of damage on her.
So the pickaxe and the BF sword is just a lot of damage.
Yeah. So I'm trying to see what she's been. Which skills she's been maxing here. She's actually been maxing her E.
Yeah, that's the explosive shot, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no, actually,
you push waves and
her jump
damage over time.
She's maxing her W or her jump. That's interesting. Oh, and Oriana gets taken down mid again. She's 0-3, and not that it's necessarily a bad thing. Oh, Annie gets hooked again, and another kill for the bot lane. So it's looking pretty good for Factset here, especially their bot lane is going pretty well, and their mid lane. As we kind of get what we expect from the top lane, 0-0-0 all the way down.
Yeah, for sure. The carries are starting to snowball though, so
that can be bad. And it looks like the Factset's jungler has been a little more effective. Now, like you said, I know you've played Warwick a little more than I have. What is he going for here with his build? It looks like he eschewed going for his jungle item that's actually going to generate him some gold.
I think he's just got the Spirit Stone. I'm not sure he's actually going to get a complete jungle item. If I were him, I think maybe either the Elder Lizard or the Ancient Column would be okay, but it looks like what he really wants to get is the Wit's End. I believe that's what he's going for with the Recurve Bow. Good for attack speed, and he's also got the, what is this, a dagger? Yeah, and I think he wants to build that into Berserker's Greaves.
He's also got the magic resistance, which could build him into a Merc Tread, so he's purchased a bunch of very small items, but nothing very powerful. I was also going to say that Oriana is sort of in an interesting position where, in order to keep up with her mana needs, she's gone for that Chalice, but it really doesn't get her a lot of... doesn't get her AP to start and deal any more damage. It gives her a little magic resist to help against Morgana, but...
That's true. Well, when she finally gets the Athenes, that'll help a little bit, but yeah, it doesn't give her too much more damage.
Alright, looks like they're going for that mid tower. Thresh landed hooks again.
Oh,
that Tibbers actually hit Thresh. It looked like it almost missed him.
And we get a teleport coming in from Nasus.
It is interesting. I think they, with that he teleported in, but he's just kind of standing there, not adding anything to the fight here.
He's waiting, he's biding his time.
Yes, so. Oh, Morgana takes a big hit from Oriana, that looks like.
Ooh, we got a good Soul Shackles from Morgana.
And he gets taken down.
Right back set.
Yeah, it's 2 for nothing, 3 for nothing.
Last one. Oh, Caitlyn's still alive, though. Oh, and the jump in, and the jump out.
Tristana got the reset, yeah.
Yeah.
So it ended up 4 for nothing. And they're adding a tower, and I wonder if they're gonna... Dragon just went live, actually. They might be able to go for Baron even at this level, but it looks like they're sort of dividing up, gonna go spend instead. I would have liked to see them go for the Dragon at this point. They could have gotten it for free.
I think they would. I think they had time for it, but that's okay. Maybe they can make another fight for it.
I mean, they're up 12-2. More importantly, they're up, what is that, almost 8,000 gold. So at this point, they could pretty much play it systematically, push in the lane, take down the towers, and probably not have that much big an issue. I mean, once Nasus's teleport comes up, they've got the split pushing strategy for that. But it looks like Factset wouldn't mind keeping the laning phase going for a little while longer, since they're not grouping up necessarily.
Yeah, that was such a great team fight. I thought that Qualcomm Blue was actually really going to turn that around. It was pretty good, Factset engaged and Qualcomm Blue came back, and Annie had a good Tibbers, and there was Ace and Hole from Caitlyn, and they got a lot of damage done on Thresh. So, it looks like Thresh is in a tricky spot. No, I guess he's fine.
I do like the mobility boots on Thresh for sure. Because he's been roaming, he's been trying to get some extra hooks going down.
Yeah, it's a popular pick on supports lately, so they can get a lot of wards down. They can move around the map and make plays. Missed play there.
So, in fact, it's finally starting to group up here a little bit. Looks like they're calling for Dragon as well now, after they get that lane pushed in. But most of Qualcomm Blue is right there behind them, so he could lead us into another team fight. And Renekton is looking to take down that top turret no matter what Nasus says.
Yeah, you think he's fine. Still got his ult.
Alright, and Dragon's been started, almost finished, and Qualcomm Blue's going in for it.
Ooh, and a decent shockwave. Tristana's getting bursted down.
That could be a problem.
Ooh, there's a 3-man Soul Shackles? Wow.
And so that looks... It's only one kill, but a lot of members have been burst down at this point.
And Warwick actually got the dragon for Qualcomm Blue.
Oh, did he? That could help bring them back together now. All right, that's a second kill for Factset, but it looks like everyone's going to get away safely now. I guess, was Caitlyn even involved in that fight? It looks like she just stayed down farming. It would have been interesting to see how that fight would have gone if she had joined in.
Yeah.
All right, Factset looking to push the advantage here and take the mid turret. And I don't see if there's any way they can stop him here. Tristana can be a turret pushing monster at this point.
Yeah, her Q, she must have leveled up her Q now. It gives a lot of attack speed. Yeah, it's a level 4. So, really does a lot of damage. And she finished her Infinity Edge too.
Yeah, so it looks like Renekton's still going on his split push here. So it looks like you were right about the Wit's End. It looks like all those parts pushed into it, and Warwick still hasn't gone for any kind of jungle item. It might have just been that they saw that the laning phase was breaking down earlier than they wanted to, and figured they needed him with the team rather than farming the jungle. Although he's still going out to get the jungle, so I almost feel like that's throwing away some of the gold that he would have gotten, because it basically just, as long as you cash it in periodically by taking out those jungle camps, it's just like free gold.
Yeah, maybe
they
were concerned because since they're already behind making such an investment, that the payback later isn't really worth it. For a lot of champions, like the Elder Lizard gives her so much, whereas it's not such a great item for Warwick. It's the jungle items are okay on Warwick, but I think he really likes the attack speed items like Wit's End much better. So,
fair enough. So, Factset looked like they were going for the blue steel here, but looks like they had enough wards around and they knew the rest of Qualcomm Blue was nearby, so not giving it up for free, but they didn't want to go all the way in.
Thresh.
Oh, Thresh got caught out and bursted down, and Renekton even got taken pretty low. I don't think that's going to be enough now.
He's still got ult up. Is he going to use it? He's waiting until the last minute. Oh.
We're going deep.
There he goes. There's the ult. And there's
between the burst.
Ult.
Yeah, between that and Vi knocking him up and the turret, they took a lot of damage.
Oof.
And Morgana's going to kind of come in for cleanup duty, yeah. Oh. And Vi makes it out to safety. There were a lot of low health bars there.
It turned out 1-for-1 so far. But
Morgana smells blood, I think. Oh, the shield helped for a little bit, but we'll see if Annie can charge up a second stun here, they might be able to do it. Either way, they should be able to take this turret, I think.
Oh.
But, got a split pushing Tristana.
Yeah, Tristana's been split pushing bot lane and she got a turret.
Yeah, like I said, she can kind of pop out of the fog of war and take down one of those turrets pretty quick. But it looks like Warwick is down there ready to chase her off, and looks like she feels that she did her job there. One turret and a push lane is good enough.
Yeah, that was actually a good trade for Factset, because even it was only, I think, 1-for-1, or no, I think they got 2 kills in the end. And
yeah, Morgana picked up Nasus in the end there.
I think Qualcomm went a little too deep. They should have taken their one pick and gone for a turret push or a siege or a I think a siege probably would have been best at a turret.
So it's a little late. Laning phase is kind of broken down. But if we look at the CS numbers, Renekton is significantly ahead of Nasus. And part of that is because he's continuing to split push while Nasus is moving around to help.
You got that Tiamat.
Yeah. Morgana is, again, about 45 ahead of Orianna. And the bot lane's actually closer than I thought it would be based on how kill heavy it was in the beginning. Tristana's only up by, looks like 10 or 12. But the total gold is starting to get a little out of hand, mainly from kills. Fax has also gotten 2 dragons, I believe. But they're up by almost 12,000 now.
Yeah, the gold lead is getting pretty severe for Factset. It's going to take some great team fights for Qualcomm in order for them to come back here.
Now, Qualcomm, if they can engage correctly, they're actually not in a terrible place. If they can land an Orianna ult and get the whole Factset team together, followed by a Tivers stun with little damage from Kate and Warwick, I think they could be in a good place. But it's just going to matter how that engage happens. Now, actually, I'm noticing here that I actually really like the warding from Qualcomm Blue. If you look, especially all around both sides of their jungle, they have vision everywhere. So if Factset does start try to switch lanes and push, they know it's happening. Factset's a little lighter on the wards, but I guess they figure they're in a strong enough position that they don't need it.
Yeah, I guess so. We got a tough engage going here. Looking strongly in favor of Factset. They again. I was able to burst on Caitlyn immediately. Oh, and there goes Nasus too. And they got the damage dealers really early.
Yeah, Qualcomm really has to be careful because you're getting AoE damage from Renekton, you're getting burst and AoE damage on Tristana, and if Vi can knock out multiple members of your team, the amount of damage that the rest of Factset can put out in that time can put you really behind at the start of a team fight. So it seems really about who gets the engage off here.
Yeah, and Factset has a lot of ways to get a good initiate with Thresh and Vi.
Yep, looks like Thresh got caught out a little bit there, but death timers are only at less than 30 seconds now, so
it's not too
I don't know if they're
late.
going to be able to push it off too much here. Qualcomm is sticking together pretty well here. Again, the warding is helpful at this point, I think.
I think so too. I agree. I think their warding's pretty good, and since Factset only has one sweeper, they can't clear too much. Although it is a little weird. Qualcomm doesn't have any sweepers or any pink wards, so that's a little strange.
Yeah, I don't know if they're checking Baron here just to make sure Factset's not working on it, or they didn't really ward it up too much. Oh, Morgana gets caught out by an anti-stun.
Ooh.
But not enough damage to follow it up.
Yeah.
Now I do notice that the dragon went live not too long ago. Factset has gotten both dragons, I believe, but they don't seem like they're actively timing that and going for it as an objective. These were some of the things I kind of wanted to see with sort of this like a lower key team game to see which teams will have that in their pocket and which ones will kind of be playing more reactively.
It's an interesting point, yeah. I think Warwick did manage to steal the second dragon. He ulted it and he managed to get a steal.
Oh, that's right. He stole the second one, keeping the
gold. They gave him a little bit of gold, but it's still not enough compared to when they're 15 kills behind.
Yeah, both teams should have known the timer on that. Looks like Vi's going to pick it up now, though.
Okay, now they can get dragon. They push the lanes, and especially top lane is coming into super minions, so they have to go back and defend that. So it's a free dragon. It's a good time to do it. There's no way that Qualcomm can contest it.
Yep. So I do like that So season 4, again, anyone who's not watching, the taking out one inhibitor, all it does is strengthens the minions in that lane and adds those super minions. It no longer strengthens the minions in the other lanes. So even though they took that one inhibitor out, the rest of the lanes are pushing just like normal. But this one looks like it's pushing hard enough that it's taking a lot of Qualcomm's attention. I think they've got a little bit of damage on that Nexus turret as well.
They do indeed, yeah.
So I think we're getting to that point where teams are going to try to start thinking about Baron, start trying to figure out whether that's worth it or they just want to bait it. I did notice there that Thresh, not only is he the only sweeper on the team right now, but he's the upgraded sweeper, so he's got that Oracle's Lens. So it sort of gives you an Oracle's for a number of seconds after you use it. So not only can you take out one ward that you can sweep for, you can walk over to another one and take it out in the second area. It's really great around the Baron Pit because you can take out sort of that where the banana bush used to be, as well as near the Baron Pit.
Yeah, they're just asserting their control now. They took out all the vision of Qualcomm and
one's still there. They Qualcomm sees this happening.
Yeah, it's true. They do have one ward right there. They can see them.
Maybe Warwick
come up with ready to test, and Oriana's too far away.
Thresh one-mans the whole team.
Oh.
That was a really great use of the box by Thresh. He said, I'll just put it right on this entrance. Warwick can't walk through it, and it just completely stopped any chance of a Baron steal there. And Factset took 2 for barely any damage, just damage on Thresh.
Yep. That was a risky play by Warwick trying to go in for the steal again, and it didn't pay off. Especially Annie went in after him to try to go for an engage, and that really hurt them because Annie's dead now too, and now they have to do a 3-man defense against Baron. And they still have super minions. The inhibitor respawn on top, but there's still super minions coming down.
Right, from the previous waves.
Really hard defense. I think they're going to have to give up that tower.
Oh, yeah, I don't think there's much they can do with that. Annie came back with home guard boots.
Now there's the engage on a Caitlyn by Vi, and she went down.
Yeah, Vi was able to dive the back line, which is exactly what you want. So even though, looks like Vi survived.
Vi survived. I can't believe Vi survived. That's incredible. She's really almost dead. She has a really glass cannon build here. Play the Ruin King Black Cleaver and the Elder Lizard. Full damage. Yeah, usually you see Vi's going on a little more tanky since they're going to be in the middle of the enemy team, but not this one. So before we end the game, I got to give props to Thresh on Factset because he's got the championship Thresh skin. I think that's the only skin I see. I love that skin. Well, the full party Renekton skin's good too. I like that.
Oh, that's true. I don't know. I like the championship Thresh skin. But it looks like
they got a nice Blackthorn Morgana as well.
Oh, okay. Factset wins on the skin side as well.
They win on the skin side. That's probably why they won. More skins.
Apparently. All right, Max. That was our first game. What'd you think?
That was great. That was a fun game. Exciting.
Yeah. It was interesting. Those early lane leads really got them ahead. You know, the ganks from Vi in the middle, and then just the hyper aggression from the Factset bottom lane. Even though top lane kept even, it looked. I think that's what did it. So we're going to be trying to do this every week. We're going to try to live stream it, and we're going to send it to the After Hours Gaming League people. If you have any questions or comments, you can email me at eclecticgamer@gmail.com. Just let me know. If you don't want to see our stupid pictures in the bottom here, you can let us know that. But otherwise, we're going to be streaming the Factset games because I'm part of Team Factset. Someone's got to stream them. Anything else to say before we sign off here, Max?
No, great games.
Great games indeed. See you guys next week.